Hello everyone, welcome to another round of TBR Mini Star Hop. This is the first one of 2025. I am really excited for this. I am hoping that 2025 is going to be a great reading year for me, and I just need a little bit of time to hang out, sorry the camera's crooked, on some reading sprints with my patrons, just chill, chat, and actually get some reading done, because it is, what date is it, the 10th? Ooh, yes, it is the 10th of January, and I have yet to finish a single book. So we're going to be jumping in, and I am going to be trying really hard to stick to the books on my actual January TBR because I want to win this month. I did not do well last month, and I am determined to do better in January to actually win it so I don't have to put an extra black hole on the board. I'm going to be trying really, really hard to be sticking to the books on the actual TBR. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the first roll. Okay, here we go with the first roll. I don't really want to hit the black hole, but I feel like I'm in such a good mood that I probably wouldn't really be super mad if I did, so. A 4, ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that is a dangerous spot for the first roll of the game. I'm a little nervous. Okay, we got a 4, which is great because that means that we did not have to go back to the beginning, right? We didn't get the black hole, but we got a sun, which is always a dangerous prompt because there is always the possibility of getting a book over 500 pages. What other ones are on here? Higher or lower, I'd be okay with. Continuation, I really would be okay with as well. I think I have several of those. Saving for last would be dangerous at this point because it would be the last book first. Nah. Free pick, amazing. I want that one. Spinner from TBR. I don't even know why I still have that because it's like the same as landing on a black hole, but anyway, I have that one. Oh no, my spinner wheel from my TBR game. The book that I got from the spinner wheel for my TBR game. Okay, I remember what I was doing. And then a book over 500 pages. Obviously, we don't want that one. But we're gonna take what we get. I'm excited. Here we go. It's the first one. It's the first one of 2025. This is insane. Okay. No. Are you kidding? No. Stop. Keep going. One little tiny bit more. Dang it. No. You've got to be kidding me. This is the only prompt I didn't want. This is the only one. It's fine. It hurts, but it's fine. Okay. Let's go see what books are possibilities for this prompt. I think it's going to definitely limit my possibilities, but we'll see. I am back with some options, and they are few because there are only 3 books on my TBR that are over 500 pages. Actually, there are 4, I believe, but I don't have one of them. So Elantris is on my TBR and is also over 300 or over 500 pages, but I lent it out to a friend and I do not have it back yet. I am kind of hoping that I'll be able to get it back over this weekend, so hopefully I'll be able to fit it onto the TB or onto the game, but I don't have it at this point, so that one can't go on there. Another one that's technically on the TBR but is obviously not a choice is Wind and Truth. This is over 1,300 pages. There's just no way that I'm going to be reading this one. That would kill me. The audiobook, I think, is over 60 hours, so that would take up a little too much of the readathon. So we are down to 2 options. We have Assassin's Fate by Robin Hobb. This is the final book in her Realm of the Elderlings. This is the final book in her Fits in the Fool trilogy, and I'm dying to read this book. I can't wait. I think I'm going to absolutely love it. This book just is calling to me, so this is an option. Downside is it's over 850 pages, so there's that. And my other option is Zodiac Academy 3, The Reckoning. This one, I actually just grabbed this special edition to show it. I don't know how long the special edition is. It's 517 pages. I looked up on Goodreads, and Goodreads says that this book is like a little over 500 pages too. It's different, but this one's also over 500 pages. Now, this one is more reasonable. This one I could finish and probably like move on to another roll at around, I don't know, 3 in the morning or something, right? Like I could do this one, but I really want to do this one. And I've already discussed it through with my patrons. We kind of chatted back and forth a little bit about it. And everyone was very much in agreement that I should do Zodiac Academy, that I would get through it. Like, it'd be a pretty fast read, right? It's Zodiac Academy, so it wouldn't be unreasonable to do this one as my first read of the readathon, and this was like unanimously the choice. And I decided to ignore everyone's very logical advice, and I decided I am going to read Assassin's Fate as my first book of this readathon. I have super supportive Patreons who are now just excited to watch me fail the game for the first time, because that's never happened before, and they're just like, wow, we're going to be watching history happen, and I love the support, but this is the first book I'm going to be reading for the readathon. I'm really excited for it. I haven't finished a single book in 2025 so far, and I really want to start the year off with a book that I'm going to absolutely love, that's going to be 5 stars for me, maybe a new favorite, and I feel so confident that this one is going to be a 5-star read for me and an absolute favorite, and one that's going to absolutely emotionally wreck me. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I think that's going to help me get through it a little bit more quickly, maybe. Fingers crossed. I don't know. I'm still thinking it's probably going to be like 4 or 5 in the morning by the time I finish it, but we'll see how this goes. I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to it. I think this is actually the 3rd readathon in a row where I've had a book from the series on the game. So hopefully that's good luck. We'll see. We'll see who's right, me or my Patreons. Okay, it is currently about 7:30 in the morning. I am so exhausted, but I have finished Assassin's Fate by Robin Hobb. I am so tired. I honestly don't know if I'm going to give you very coherent thoughts, but it's not that big of a deal because this is the final book in a really long series. So I'm not going to give you too many thoughts anyway, because I don't want to give away any spoilers. But I absolutely love this series. This book was no exception. Loved it. So good. I did cry a bit, which is not helpful this late in, well, this early in the morning. I guess we're kind of at the point where it would be called early in the morning now instead of late at night. And didn't help with me staying awake, honestly, but I loved this book. I thought it was so good. I really liked the ending and how this series kind of wrapped up the world of the, like, Fitz and the Fool and Realm of the Elderlings, and I really loved it. I'm not speaking that well, but I feel like I didn't really want to jump. There are 2 POVs in this, essentially, and I wanted to remain with our main POV character that we've, like, known throughout the series a lot, and I definitely wanted to stay with that character the majority of the time, and I didn't really want to jump to the other character very much towards the beginning half of the book, but then it got really interesting with that other character, and then I was very much invested in that as well. So I guess that's kind of my only complaint about it, is I definitely preferred one POV over the other. But yeah, this is such a good book. Absolutely love it. The character work in Robin Hobb's books is just next level. It's some of the best character work I've ever read in any fiction, and I absolutely loved it. So that is the first book of the readathon done. I am a little bit nervous to jump into our next role. I'm really hoping that we can at least get past that first black hole and maybe get a nice prompt. So let's jump into the next role and see what we get. Okay, so here we go. We don't want a 2. Really anything but a 2, but honestly, I don't want a 1 either. I just read a really long book. I need a nice, easy prompt. A 6? Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. Are you serious right now? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I don't know if I'm just really slow to process because I'm so tired right now, but this is so amazing and I'm so happy. Okay, let's see. Hopefully the prompt is nice too. I honestly cannot believe that we rolled a 6. I honestly am so tired. I'm not processing it very quickly. I'm so happy about it. Don't get me wrong. I was really, really worried, and this is pretty much best case scenario. We could not have gotten a nicer roll. But again, I almost feel a little guilty. I shouldn't feel guilty. I just read a book over 850 pages for the first one of the readathon. Shouldn't feel guilty. Okay. Guilt is gone. Open the wrong app. It's fine. I've got this. I can function on 0 sleep. It's fine. We got a star. And so let's go and see what prompt we get. I'm looking at it, and there are definitely ones that I would rather not get, but I think we can make anything work. Whew, fingers crossed. Here we go. A book less than 300 pages very much limits my options, but I will come back with some options. So my camera battery died as that last clip was ending, and I am so tired that putting like the base back onto the camera to put it onto the camera stand tripod was actually difficult for me. So this might be a hint that I need at least a couple hours of sleep. Usually I do better than this, but apparently today I'm struggling. Maybe it's because this book was so emotionally taxing. But I actually have very few options for this prompt either. I feel like both prompts that I have gotten have kind of limited the options that I could pick from my actual monthly TBR. So I do have The Fae's Bride by R.L. Medina. This book is on my monthly TBR, and this is one that was gifted to me by my sister in our like monthly book exchange. And this one follows a half fae who has recently inherited like a dukeship, I believe, and then a woman who is the eldest in a family of sisters, and she's the only one without magic. I'm pretty positive it's going to be a romance between these two, and I'm intrigued by this one because I feel like it's just a cozy fantasy, and those are just always nice to have because they're easy and comfortable. The other option that I have is Mislaid in Parts Half Known, I believe it is called. This is the next book in the Wayward Children series by Shauna McGuire. This is a novella series that follows children who have gone to portal worlds, like Narnia-esque worlds, where they go to portal worlds, they come back to our world, and then they have this school that they go to kind of help them adjust to being back in the real world after going to these portal worlds. And I have really enjoyed my time with these books. I'm interested to try this one out. I really don't know what it's about. I don't tend to kind of read ahead of time what they are about, honestly. But this one is a novella, so that would be pretty quick to get through. Oh, I guess I did not tell you. This one is 243 pages, so it is less than 300 pages, and I actually don't know how long the other one is. I'm just assuming that it's less because it is a novella and they always have been less, but I should probably look that up to confirm it. Yes, it is 160 pages. Ooh, that sounds nice. That sounds really nice. Should I choose that one? I think that's what I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to go with Mislaid in Parts Half Known because it's short, it should be really easy to get through, and maybe boost my confidence a little bit. I actually feel like the rolling a 6 definitely boosted my confidence a lot. So feeling much better after that one, but still it'll probably be nice to have a novella on there just because that one was so long. I mean, I technically could get to the end in one more roll, but I also still have one black hole ahead of me, so I could go back to the beginning. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna pick the novella. I'm gonna go and get just like a little bit of sleep though, probably. And then I will hopefully finish the novella around the time when I'm doing sprints with my Patreons for like the first set of sprints tomorrow, so then we can do the roll together. So if I do hit the black hole, I have someone to sympathize with me. So yeah, that's the plan. Okay, so I have finished Mislaid in Parts Half Known by Shauna McGuire. This is, like I said, the 9th novella within her Wayward Children series, and I quite enjoyed this book. I really do like this series. It's not an all-time favorite of mine. I'm not like totally obsessed with it, but I think that they are really enjoyable, just fun, short stories, easy novellas to get through, and I have a good time with them. I like the kind of bizarre nature of them. In this one, we followed some characters that we're already familiar with as they went on a quest that took them back through some of the doors. And it was really interesting to see some of the other worlds, right? Go back to some that we're familiar with, see some new ones. And I really kind of like the theme behind this one. I feel like a lot of them have these overarching themes of them where they have like little ones as well, but kind of like big overall moral theme lesson of them. And I liked this one. I think this is one that is really very relevant to a lot of kind of trauma situations. And so I enjoyed how that was done in this book. I really liked it. I thought it was fun. It was short, which was great. So now we can jump into the next roll. We need anything but a 1. Like, odds are in our favor. If we got a 1 though, it would be very dangerous. If we got something like Wind and Truth, we would be done. That would be it. But also, a lot of the books on my TBR I think would be a little bit difficult. Not necessarily impossible, but I mean, Elantris is really long. Zodiac Academy 3 is pretty long. I don't know how long Spark of the Everflame is, but like, it's a solid length book, so that would take a little bit of time. I'm feeling so I'm looking over, I have the books for my TBR on that shelf over there, which is why I keep looking that way. But I feel like there's not very many on my TBR that would necessarily be super nice. There are some that would be okay though. Like, I'm just kind of thinking through all of the possibilities as I'm looking over at the board. And I'm just kind of hoping that it's nice to us, it gets passed. And then we can kind of pick what we want, because there are a few books that I definitely want to still read. I would love to have like 2 more books. Like 2 more solid length books, maybe knock out a couple of the buddy reads that I have, because I do like to do them on these readathons, and that would be fun. Okay, that's the plan. Hopefully the board agrees with the plan, but let's see what we get. Okay, here we go. This could potentially be the final roll. If we got a 5 or a 6, we are at the end. But if we get a 1, we are literally back at the beginning, and I don't know if I could take that right now. So, oh, let's hope the dice is nice to me. Come on, you can do this. Be nice, be nice, be nice. Oh my goodness, I am so nervous. This is ridiculous. Okay. Oh, no! No! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. No. We are back at the beginning. Oh my gosh, how did that happen? I can't believe it. I'm a little bit shocked. Wow. Wow, okay, we are back at the beginning. And we've already used up the only novella on the TBR, so here we go. This might be the first one that we lose. Let's see what book we're reading. Oh, this hurts. Okay, so unfortunately, we are now back at the beginning. I feel like I was just chatting with one of my patrons last night, and she's like, have you ever hit the second black hole? Like, you know, I have, but it's been a really long time. I don't hit that one as much. I feel like I almost jinxed it. I actually had not made the spinner wheel of prompts, so I had to do that as well. Whew, okay. We're gonna see what we get. I'm really nervous. If we land on Wind and Truth, that is actually like the end of the game, and I will have officially lost for the first time, because there is not enough time left in the readathon to be able to finish that book. Like, I literally don't have enough time left because it is over 1,300 pages long. So fingers crossed that does not happen. Other than that, I can probably make anything else work. Obviously, some things are better than others as a choice for this, but we'll see what we get. I would really love Free Pick. That would bring me joy. Phase Bride would be okay. Mood Read would be great. Spark of the Everflame or Zodiac Academy would also be okay too. So there are some good options on here. I'm really nervous. Okay, we're doing it. Yes, 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 no. We were so close to Mood Read. It's spin again. We still haven't completely gotten a bad one. We're spinning again. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay, here we go. Stop. Please stop. Oh, that was so close. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got Elantris, which is also a really long book. That is also a really rough one to have gotten, but it is doable. Like I can get it done in the time. It's going to be hard. I'm going to be tired, and I don't know if I'll still be able to win, but I probably will be okay. This is crazy. Okay, Elantris it is. Here we go. Okay, it is now around 2:30 in the morning. I am pretty tired. Not going to lie to you, but I have completed Elantris. So this was a reread for me. I really enjoy Elantris, honestly. I think it is a fun story. I like the characters and the world, the magic. It's all very interesting to me. I like this book's discussion on like religion and how that can influence like society and just individual people in general. And I think this is a really good debut novel, honestly. I know a lot of people talk about Elantris like, oh, it's his first one, it's not as good, but like you still should read it, but like it's his first one, don't expect a lot. I liked it. I thought it was really good, and this is my reread. I am rereading the Cosmere with my Patreons, and I am excited to start with Elantris for this reread back through the Cosmere, and I just had a good time with it. I kind of wasn't really wanting to read it for this readathon necessarily, especially after having like this chunky book on there. I was hoping to fit like some shorter books on, but I'm not mad about it because it's a book that I like and I know I like, so it was okay. We're now at the beginning though. I have like, 15 hours-ish, 14 and a half hours left in the readathon. And we're at the beginning. We're starting with roll number 1, essentially. So fingers crossed we can get through without getting like a long book or another black hole. My hopes are not high at this point, though. I'm pretty realistic about my chances, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm not super terribly fussed because I don't have super high hopes, but let's see what we get. A 3, can do. 1, 2, 3, star. Let's see what prompt we get. Okay, here we go. Let's see what the star spinner wheel gives us. Hopefully it's nice. I honestly am not terribly fussed about it. I feel like I haven't given up, but my hopes aren't high. So I will be very accepting of it being mean to me, if that makes sense. I don't necessarily have a like preference. I'd love to get free pick, but other than that, I'm okay with anything. Audiobook. Okay, I can do that. That's doable. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. Okay, I have brought my options. I am pretty sure I know what I'm going to choose, but I'll show you my thoughts anyway, and you can guess which one I am leaning towards. So I have Foul Days, and this is actually my Patreon buddy read for the month of December, which I did not get to in December because I didn't read in December. But this one is not super long. This is an adult fantasy, I believe, and I've heard it like kind of compared to Naomi Novik's writing, which I really loved. So really interested, intrigued. I'm looking at how long it is. It's about 350-ish pages. I also have Spark of the Everflame, which is my Patreon January buddy read. Don't judge me too harshly. And this one is an adult romantasy that is set in a world where like kind of like gods came down, and I guess, I don't know if they're gods. Very powerful beings came down and essentially like took over the mortal world. I'm assuming our main character is going to like have some hidden magical powers that she's going to use to overthrow the dynasty or whatever. But anyway, this is also an option, and it's about 400 pages long. I also have not this whole book. It is Hope of Elantris. This is a kind of a short story, I guess you could say, very short story that is set within the world of Elantris. And this one I am wanting to read for like obviously my Cosmere reread. I did just read Elantris, so perfect timing. And I have Zodiac Academy number 3. This one is also on my TBR for the month, and I think it's, yeah, this is just over 500 pages. And this is an adult romantasy set at a fae boarding school, and it is a bully romance. Okay, those are our choices. Honestly, I don't even really need to think about it. This isn't very difficult for me. You can put down your guesses if you would like, but I am going to be going with Hope of Elantris. This is like 20-ish pages long. I think one of my Patreons said that the audiobook is 30 minutes long. So this is definitely the best choice for me at this point because I'm really tired. I am 3 spaces into the board and I don't have that much time left. So this is the one we're going to be going with. I don't think any of you are surprised. Okay, I know that you can't really tell the difference between the passing of time in these videos, but I'm back relatively quickly because this was a short read for me. So I read Hope of Elantris. It did not take me very long. It's now like 3 in the morning. So I made good time. And this one is a short story. It kind of feels almost like a chapter. It's quite short and fairly condensed. And it's set actually during the time of Elantris, and it just follows different characters from that story during one of the big events that happens in Elantris. I don't want to go into any details about it because obviously that would be spoilers for Elantris. So I will just say it's interesting. It's an interesting insight into this world and into what was happening. And I enjoyed it. It was interesting. It was fun. It was short. So we are now moving on to the next role. Honestly, I don't even know what I want. Like, do I want a time, like, if I can get really big numbers and actually make my way to the end and win, that would be amazing. But if I'm getting really small numbers, like, do I keep picking short books and trying to push through and win? I don't know. I'm so tired at this point. So we shall see. Caffeine can only keep me going so long. Okay, here we go. If we get a 3, we'll be going back to the beginning, and that is probably a strong sign that we will not be winning this round, but we shall see. 6. I feel like I don't know how to feel about that, and okay. Like, I'm excited because I still have a chance, but also, do I have a chance? I don't know. Let's go see what the spinner wheel gives me. Okay, usually I'm very excited about rolling a 6, and I'm not mad about it. I just kind of feel that I am not sure how hard to push myself depending on what prompt we get. If it's an easy prompt that's going to be easy to fulfill, I hate having to watch the ads. It's fine. Then yeah, definitely I can push myself and make this happen. But if I get another book over 500 pages, I might accept defeat. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'll still try. We could get a free pick. I don't have a saving for last really anymore though, because I read it for the first book over 500 pages prompt. So that could be a problem, but okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Ooh, spinner from TBR. I don't remember. Okay, so this prompt is kind of a newer one for me, adding on to the sun prompts because I wanted to change them up at one point. I think it was a few months ago. And what this one means is I need to read the book that was chosen as the spinner wheel choice when I was making my monthly TBR. So those of you who have never watched a monthly TBR video from me, I will play a game and at the end, I'll spin a wheel of prompts to kind of have to find a book at the end, right? That is what that prompt means. I have to read that exact book. That is the most narrow, specific prompt that I have on this entire game. And it's kind of hit or miss each month depending on what book I chose, right? Because sometimes I might have chosen a novella or a short story or a book over 1,000 pages or whatever it is, it's always going to change. And so it's really up in the air. This one is not horrible. So this month it was Spark of the Everflame. I'm not mad that this is going on. I am okay with this because it's not ridiculously long, but it's long enough at this point in the game. I mean, what are we at? Around 3 o'clock in the morning, give or take a little bit. And I am guessing this book will probably take me like 5 hours to read at least. So unless can I even get to the end by the next roll? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can technically get to the end by the next roll and I could win. I don't see it happening though. Looking over at the board, I just don't see it happening. So we shall see. We shall see. But I am going to be reading Spark of the Everflame. I am probably not going to bed tonight. So here we go. Okay, here we are. It is about 8 in the morning. And I have finished. Oh my gosh, sorry. I can't talk. I can't think. Like my brain is not really functioning. But I have finished Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. This book was not my favorite. I really did not enjoy the main character. She was so irritating. And I feel like her main personality trait is she was obnoxious. Like, I don't see that appeal and I don't have that love for that character who was just like contradictory for the sake of being stubborn and just asserting that they're not going to do what they're told to do just because they don't have to type situation, not kind of using your brain and being smart about things and kind of picking your moments. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you have to like let yourself be walked all over, but like, let's pick our moments. Let's be smart, especially when you're like actually trying to accomplish something. And it just would work out better that way. I will say, in all fairness, as opposed to a lot of romantasy books where they'll tell us that the main character is extremely smart and talented and then show us that they're not, this one never told us that she was smart or talented, really. And it didn't show us that she was smart or talented either. So fair enough. It was so painfully predictable. Yeah, nothing was shocking. Nothing was surprising. It really felt so already seen. You know, I didn't feel like any of it was really that interesting to me. Like the insta-lust is always something that I don't enjoy in books. So I wasn't really invested in the relationship hardly at all. And I just didn't really like our main character. She was really irritating. And I just think that she has a very holier than thou attitude about stuff, but she doesn't actually know what she's talking about or know anything about like any of the situations and what's going on. And I don't know. I can't do it. She drove me nuts. And so yeah, this was not my favorite. And again, like I didn't find anything exciting about it or engaging about it. Like it just felt done. You know, like it had been done before. It was just like, yeah, it wasn't exciting and I wasn't engaged like at all. So anyway, we're going to jump into our next roll. There's a chance that we could still win. I'm so tired though. Like, can I stay up till 5? I don't know. I really don't know. I guess we will see. But let's see what the next roll is first. That's probably going to determine how it goes. Because if we get to the end on this next roll, which we could, I think if we roll a 6. Yes, if we roll a 6, we could get to the end. I could just pick a really short book and go to sleep until it's time for sprints. Fingers crossed that's what happens. Okay, here we go with our next roll. Potentially our last roll. Potentially I'm delusional. No. No. Like, you've got to be kidding me. But I've been trying so hard. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay. Well, that just happened. My brain is like too tired to necessarily process it. But we are now back to the beginning. We hit the second wormhole again. I am pretty sure it was Noemi who I was talking to on the sprints who was asking me, hey, have you ever hit the second wormhole before? And I was like, yeah, quite a while ago. It's been a while since I hit that one. I hit the first one way more, and now I've hit it twice in the same game, and my battery is going to die. Lovely, I'll be back. Okay, I am back. I have a new battery, so we should be good. And we are going to spin the wheel to see what book we're reading. At this point, I don't really know if there's any way for me to finish. It'll really depend on what book I get on this one. So, what ones have I not read yet? I haven't read Fae's Bride, Wind and Truth, or Zodiac Academy. So there are really only 3 options on here that I have not read. I also have free pick on there. So there are 4 spots on here. Only half of the spots are actually books that would count because I have read so many books already for this readathon that are on my TBR. So that's great. I mean, it's really good that I'm getting through the books on my TBR. I'm very happy about that, but it kind of limits my potentials. I mean, obviously I don't want Wind and Truth, right? Like that is the lowest on the totem pole of options. Fae's Bride I could maybe still win if that one came up. Zodiac Academy would really be pushing it. Free pick would pretty much be best case scenario and probably my only hope of winning, but you know, let's just spin. Let's see what we get. It's fine. It's fine. Is it fine? Is it fine? Is it fine? It's not fine. It is not fine. It is so far from fine. Okay, that was less than ideal. That was not what we were going for here at all. I think it was the only one that I was like, okay, if this comes up, I've officially failed. Wow, this readathon has just kind of like beat me up. I'll go grab the book. I'll show it to you. Okay, here it is. Here's Wind and Truth. It is over 1,300 pages long. It is actually 1,329 pages long. Obviously, I am not going to be finishing this by the end of the readathon. Like, how many hours, how much time do I have left at this point? I can't do math at 8 in the morning. 9. I have 9 hours left. Do you know how long the audiobook for this book is? It's not 9 hours, in case you were wondering. It's not. It's actually not even close to 9 hours. Let me find that for you. Let me tell you how long this book is. It is 62 hours, 48 minutes. This is a 63-hour audiobook. There is absolutely no way I will be finishing this on this readathon. Like, even if I listen, how fast would I have to listen to it in order to finish it? This is obviously not possible. It doesn't go this fast, but just for funsies, 63 divided by 9. I would have to listen to it on 7 times speed. Why did I have to? I can't believe I just did the math on that. On a calculator. In my defense, I've gotten like 2 hours of sleep in the last 2 days. So that's going to be my excuse for why I just used a calculator to divide 63 by 9. But obviously I will not be finishing this by the end of the readathon. I have officially lost this readathon at this point, but you know what? Let's see how far I get through this book. I have started it. I have barely started it, and I have only read the prologue. So I'm through the prologue of this book, and yeah, this is the final book of the readathon. I am so excited about this. This is the first game that I have ever lost. I also was asked on the sprints if I've ever lost before, and I said no. I feel like I just very much jinxed myself in my sprint chats but it's okay. I will get some reading done on this, but at this point, since I know I'm going to lose, I'm probably going to go and sleep until sprints and just get done whatever I can read on the sprints and call it good. So, wow, this is a strange feeling. I feel like I am so tired. I can't really necessarily process it, but I bet tomorrow I will be a lot more sad that I was not able to win this game. I'm kind of okay with it right now. I'm in an acceptance phase at this point, but yeah, this is crazy. This was a crazy game. I will come back and update you at the end of the readathon, kind of let you know where I got to and wrap things up. But yeah, wow, it's been rough. Okay, here we are for the final clip of the readathon. I guess I kind of could have done it before because I did not get that much reading in today. Like I said, I went to bed after I realized I was going to lose the readathon, and I just slept until about noon because then sprints started at 1 o'clock to finish out the readathon with my Patreons. And I've just been kind of reading Wind and Truth during the sprints, and I know I'm not going to get all the way through it. I've gotten through a few chapters. I am absolutely loving being back into the Stormlight Archive world. I'm having so much fun with it. Really enjoying my time with it, but yeah, no way I'm going to be able to finish it. I am just kind of relaxed though, which is nice. It's enjoyable to be able to be so chill at the end of the readathon because I've accepted my fate. But let's go ahead and look at how the game went, what books I had. It's actually a stack. Here we go. This is the stack for this readathon. This is absolute insanity because if this was my TBR for the month, it still would look intimidating, but we'll go through the books. So we have Assassin's Fate for a book over 500 pages. We have Spark of the Everflame for a spinner wheel for my TBR. We have Elantris for a black hole pick. We have Hope of Elantris, which is inside Arcanum Unbounded, for an audiobook. Wind and Truth for another black hole, and we had Mislaid in Parts Half Known for a book less than 300 pages. So even though I lost, I feel like this was actually a really good reading weekend. Like, this was a lot of reading. Like, this book is over 850 pages, and this one is not super long, but like, it's still like it's 400 pages. That's still a decent length fantasy book. Elantris is over 500 pages, and Hope of Elantris is short, and so is Mislaid in Parts Half Known, but I mean, they're still there. They still take up time. So this actually was a pretty successful reading weekend, even though I didn't win the game. I'm still feeling good about it. I'm not mad about losing, honestly. This is the first time I've ever lost, and I've been playing this game for 2 or 3 years. So it was coming. I feel like it had to come eventually, and I'm okay with it. It's kind of an interesting way to start 2025. I don't know how I feel about that, but overall, I still feel really good about how much I read this weekend, and I had a lot of fun. The sprints were so much fun, had some great chats, and just overall, it was a really good time. So yeah, I've lost for the first time ever, but I'm still happy about how my weekend went, and I still have a little bit of time left for my sprints, so I'm gonna keep on reading Wind and Truth, get through a little bit more of it. Obviously, I won't see a dent in the book because it is so thick, but I'm still loving it. I'm having a good time, and I got through a good chunk of my TBR for the month. So I got my mood read done, Wayward Children's done, Elantris, Assassin's Fate, Spark of the Everflame. I mean, I've gotten 5 out of the books. How many are there? 8. I have 8 books on my TBR. I read 5 of them this weekend. So I'm feeling really good about it. Thank you so much for watching. I am hoping that this was still a little bit fun. I know I was absolutely exhausted for a huge part of it. So editing this, I am hoping I'm at least a little bit coherent, but it is still a good time. I'm glad you could join me and watch, and let me know how your reading is going so far in 2024, 2025, because mine was going pretty poorly until this readathon, and now I feel like I'm just killing it. So let me know how yours has been going at the beginning of the year, what your first read was, if you loved it, because my first read was a 5-star. I'm so happy about that. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.